Don't support the phonies. Support the real. You know what I mean? How can these people be talking about how they so real and they don't care about our communities? How can they be talking about what they, all this, you know, the hood, blah, 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 blah. They don't care about our communities. You know what I mean? Listen to the words that people say in their lyrics and tell me if that's if that's real to you.
Hip-hop started from the slums of the Bronx, New York. I fell in love with breakbeats, the techniques, b-boying, MCing, crushing whoever was in front of you. It was groovy. You knew how it was. It's true, it's hip-hop. It's only one source to get it. It's I Do It For Hip Hop Podcast. Subscribe Google Play, iTunes, and DJ Bugsy 215 SoundCloud. It's all about the hip hop. Keep it hip hop. What up, what up? It's your boy DJ Bugsy, Do It For Hip Hop Podcast, episode 33. This is happy birthday to Tupac Shakur, one of the greatest of all time. I got some dope people in the building. I got my man Q on camera. I got my man E Engineering. I got Lex Dime to my left. I'm going to let everybody go around the room, introduce themselves, and what does Tupac mean to you? Let's get it.
I'm Tyonna, and Tupac means everything to me. I just got hit when I was a little girl, and the message that he gave me is one that I would want to give my daughter at that age. Just his whole influence on me and how he had with, you know, rap. It just was amazing. I would use Tupac to write papers in college because that's how much he affected me, and I could speak about the world, especially the, you know, the underclass, and I could just connect Tupac to that and write a paper and have everybody like, yeah, y'all studying our life.
Exactly.
Like, it's deep.
Yes, definitely. Go ahead, Lex Dime.
Ooh, Tupac Shakur. Activist.
Yes.
Motivator. Rap genius. Movies.
Juice. Definitely.
Just one of the greatest of all times.
Absolutely.
One of the greatest of all times. It's
Absolutely.
very, I mean, to this day, you still get chills when you think about him. So, you know you left a great legacy when you could do that.
Definitely. For me, you know, it's DJ Bugsy. I'm a true hip-hop head to the core. I remember when I was in 9th grade, I actually performed Keep Your Head Up. And I had the Carhartt vest on, I had the Howard University hoodie on. And I was the first dude, like when Tupac Now came out, I was at that tape store. I had that tape. When Strictly For My Niggas came out, I was the first boy at that store getting that tape. So Tupac, you know, not only because he's a Gemini and I can relate to him on a sign tip, but I can just relate to him being a black male in America and being oppressed and going through the struggles in South Philly where I'm from. So he gonna always connect with me, he gonna always be one of the greats. That's just what it is.
Alright, so I'm Rejean.
Okay.
Big time, huge Tupac fan. Like, it's Tupac caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie. I started being a Tupac fan really like, what was that? Where he came out with I Get Around.
Yeah, the second album.
Right. So I pretty much he captured me around that time, and then I went back to his first one, Tupacalypse Now and stuff.
Right.
And it was just. I was so big on hip hop where it was just his music. Even though I wasn't about that life, it just gave you so much energy. You know what I mean? It just caught me as a youngin' and stuff like that. Next thing I know, I'm like spitting lyrics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And even to this day, one of my, I don't know why, but it hit me real hard. There's a song that's on the Butter Rim soundtrack. I don't know why they took it off the album.
Yeah, you talking about Pain?
Right.
Oh my God. That is one of the best songs he ever made. Yo, Stretch produced that joint.
Yo, I'm talking about to this day, I don't care how many phones I have, that song is always in my collection.
Oh yeah.
What the situation is like, it's that song. When I heard that song, that's back when cassettes was out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had that joint on repeat, so I'm like,
my tape broke.
Right.
That's how much I played that shit.
Right. So I'm just like, from that point on, it's just like you got everything from Tupac. You got his emotional side, you know, his rugged side.
Yeah.
You know, he cared about everybody.
He really did.
Not
he
just
really
his culture. He was for his culture, but he literally cared about everybody.
That's a fact.
So that's what got me with Pac right there.
All right, so I'm gonna start off with this soundbite from an interview in 1992, and I want us to dissect this, and then we're gonna go right into this whole podcast. So check this out.
It depends on who you're writing your music for. If you're writing your music for the guy at the office, then Public Enemy is doing a bad job. But if they were doing their music for black people or for people who want to come to a better understanding on how things really are, then they did a good job. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see the true picture. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if he feels uncomfortable. Because what about when I felt uncomfortable for 400 years? You know what I'm saying? Then now all of a sudden it's bad to talk about some real... Anytime somebody pulls a trigger or there's any kind of gunshot, everybody starts running for cover. But everybody's really doing all this shooting in the streets. You know what I'm saying? All this Iran-Contra stuff and that war, all that's violence to me. That's real violence. What we're talking about is fake violence. All this, what we're rapping, it happens in the streets, but us rapping about it is not the violence. And the movie about it is not the violence. You know what I'm saying? It's an adventure world that we are creating. Trying to get out, what we're doing is using our brain to get out of the ghetto any way we can. So we tell these stories, you know what I'm saying? And they tend to be violent because our world tends to be filled with violence. I would rather tell a young black male to educate his mind, arm yourself, and be free and defend yourself than, you know, just sit there and turn the other cheek. So whatever message that sends out, that's the kind of message it is.
What y'all think? I'm gonna let Tyonna go first.
So what I get from the whole interview is he was just real. So he wasn't going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to worry about what you think. I take a lot from Tupac. It's just, I want to say what's on my mind. I'm sorry it made you feel uncomfortable, but it's making me uncomfortable to hold it in, so I'm going to tell it like it is. I remember watching an interview, I think he was in Jealous was when he got shot the first time, and he was making an example of why, you know, our people are the way they are and people view us as being so violent. It's like he was saying, imagine me knowing there's food in the other room, but I'm starving.
Again, you have to be logical. You know, if I know that in this hotel room they have food every day, and I'm knocking on the door every day to eat, and they open the door, let me see the party, let me see like them throwing salami all over I mean, just like throwing food around, but they're telling me there's no food in here. You know what I'm saying? Every day, I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. You know what I'm saying? We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song is going to change to, we hungry, we need some food. After 2-3 weeks, it's like, you know, give me all the food, and breaking out the door. And after a year, you just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting, you know what I'm saying? It's like you hungry, you reached your level, you don't want any more. We asked 10 years ago. We was asking with the Panthers. We was asking with them, you know, with civil rights movement. We was asking, you know, now those people that were asking, they're all dead and in jail. So now what do you think we're going to do?
Keep showing me, I'm like, can I eat? Can I eat? And then the next day, you like, please open the door, I need to eat. Then the last time, you like, open the door, I'm going to kick it in, pull a strap out. You know, now I'm mad. So it's like we begged and we begged and we begged this thing is we begged for 400 years. We tired of begging. When is it our time? When we want to speak up and make a move, and Tupac made people feel like you need to speak up.
Exactly.
And it don't matter how you want to feel. It makes me feel better. That's just.
Well, she wrapped it up.
She's like, what can I say after that? Like, what can I say?
Man, personally, just all I can say is this is before 25 years old. His thoughts and his, you know, just the way he was trained to think. This was before a man 25 years old. That's a big deal.
Absolutely.
Like, can you imagine if our young men
fought the same way? Like, we had 20, 30, 40 Tupacs, a Pac in every city, Chicago, Miami. I can go on and on. Imagine that. It'd be crazy.
Equipped with
those tools.
With those tools.
Because Athena gave them those tools.
Right.
Amazing woman.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, when Pac spoke, I feel he was also defending hip hop because a lot of people was blaming hip hop for why violence was going on. It's not like he was just putting it out there like, no, violence been going on before all this hip hop came out.
Exactly.
So I want to blame it on the hip hop as if that's what's the cause. No, he's taking what he's seeing on a daily basis and telling y'all a story about what's going on.
Exactly.
But he's digging deeper, and I feel that the whole thing, even, you know, hearing about where the part where in the movie where they said his mom told him, you know, they're going to give you the tools you need to destroy yourself because they know how powerful and effective he was.
Right.
And my thing is, he knew too much, and he could have easily started a movement.
Right.
And my thing is, with the thing Thug Life, automatically people think something negative. But you have, in order to know what that stood for, you have to know what Pac was about.
Right.
He was a person about a movement. You know, he was trying to bring his people together to educate them and stuff and let them know, you know what I mean, to speak up and other things as well, but on a positive note. But of course, the other, you know, others and stuff, they saw it in a negative aspect.
Right.
So
they didn't get it. They didn't get his message.
They didn't get it, and they didn't want to get it.
Right.
All they knew is that he was making too much noise.
And they wanted to shut that noise off.
Exactly.
Turn that noise off.
So pretty much they used the whole thing, Tupac and Biggie, made them as an example.
I believe that. Also, I want to ask y'all, do you think that we hit the snooze button on Tupac early on? Because I feel like if we would have captured his message early and transcended to where we at now, we probably could still have Sandra Bland, we probably could still have Freddie Gray. Because if we would have taken what he was giving us for so many years and not turned the cheek like he said, I feel like we would be a better nation. I'm talking about us as black people. What you think?
I feel like, honestly, I think that when both Biggie and Pac died, I feel like hip hop went silent, and it just faded off into something else, and it just opened the doors for whoever else wanted it.
Right.
Because I'm sorry, if they were still around, they still would have been running the show.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
You even see fake memes or whatever where it's a president, but you see Pac faces on it. Yeah, that would have happened.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been something new, but I could see that.
Yeah.
He was about the people, the culture and stuff. He was about everybody and stuff. And see, like, you know, with this whole racism thing, I tell people, just my perception, race, to me, race doesn't have to do with color. It's about power.
Right.
And they don't want to let that go.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? That's how I see racism. It has nothing to do with color. They throw color out there just to throw you off. It has nothing to do with our color. We all bleed the same color, whatever. This, that, and the other. It's about, you know, they having power. They don't want to let that power go.
What you think about it?
I'm going to have to disagree a little bit because I think you got a lot to do with color. You know, 400 years of the color of our skin. And just us being just very dominant and very outspoken. I like the fact that Pac could be very intelligent on one hand, and then on the other hand, he can hit him up.
Right.
So like that street balance with the intelligence just creates a monster, and what we saw in Tupac.
Right.
You know, but a beautiful monster.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
This
it is. I mean, because it's like absolutely. He was very, very powerful. He said something that always stuck out to me. Even though he might not be the one to change the world, he's going to spark the mind of somebody that's going to change the world. Okay.
You better quote him.
Quote is my favorite quote.
He definitely did that. But can I just go back to what you were saying a little bit earlier?
Yeah, definitely.
You were saying that it went silent, like that you felt like hip hop went silent. I felt like people was actually scared to speak out after what happened with Biggie and Pac. So they was actually scared to step up and take that role that they really wanted to play. That Pac was, you know, in that position. They wanted to stand up in that role, but they couldn't.
Right.
Because they were scared of what might happen to them. You all agree with that?
Yeah.
From a rapper standpoint?
Definitely. Because I'm the type now that I don't even listen to. I have some new school favorites. Like I love Meek, I love Beanie. I wish they could have got together. Like they sample was a lot of people don't know because they don't know Pop. But I listen to some of Meek stuff. I'm like, oh, he said the whole verse was Pop. People don't know that. I'm like, we still have a voice, Meek.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Meek is definitely.
He's definitely your voice.
I agree.
Shout out to the View.
Right, you see him?
Well, I'm glad y'all brought that up because that actually brings me to my next question. Oh, y'all on fire tonight. So how do you think Tupac will feel about the state of hip hop today, the new generation and social media, and who would Tupac feature on a song? Like who would he get to do a song with him? My pick is Nipsey Hussle, The Game, and me. They the three people that I think he would get to do a song with. Everybody else, he like fuck them, just like he's saying fuck the police. That's just my opinion.
I think right now he would definitely be disappointed. And I'm disappointed with a lot of people that have so much money, and it's like people have to beg for help.
Right.
Pac was a person that he can't understand you having all these millions and he over there starving. Right. You know what I mean? So I feel like he would be disappointed because we have people that social network that wasn't out when Pac was out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like people have the power to reach anybody, anywhere in the world to make some noise. What if Pac was here? This stuff wouldn't be going on. He talked about Trump way back before we laughed about it.
Yeah.
And it's the president.
Right.
Are you kidding me? That wouldn't have happened. Pac would have got us together. Like when Riley for Obama, Pac would have got us together. Trump would have never made it in. But we don't have that voice no more. Ain't nobody speaking up saying, no, get up, we going out to vote. That's Pac. You got people like, whatever, man, I ain't going. It ain't affecting me. And now y'all complaining about it. Pac would have definitely made some noise. It would have been different.
You agree, Lex?
I agree. Fire.
Yes.
That's my boy. Fire.
Oh, man.
I don't know, I always did. You know, even though everybody got his opinion and stuff, but I feel, even though he's another culture and stuff, but Tupac and Eminem, like a real one, like I definitely see that with a
David did something, you think? I don't know about that.
But it's just
I don't see that. I don't see it. Like I'm not saying Eminem is definitely an incredible artist. But it's just like Pac, to me he got his picks. He just like me definitely. The Game definitely. Nipsey, because what Nipsey doing for Cali right now is on another level. So I know he going, and definitely Kendrick. I know he gonna do some shit with Kendrick. You know what I mean? But it's just Pac was deep when it come to other artists, especially East Coast artists. He like, oh nigga, I mean, I ain't fucking with y'all. Right? Straight up. He talked about De La Soul, like I can go on and on who he didn't fuck with.
He ain't messing up.
And it was like they didn't do shit to him, but he like, fuck y'all niggas. Straight up, I don't fuck with y'all. Y'all niggas is whack.
yeah, he did let them know from the jump, like he didn't hide
Nothing.
He's
Like, listen.
either in person or on wax.
Yep. Like, what's up? Right at you, like no bars, no chase. So, all right, we're going to break down some albums. I'm going to bring up 3 albums, and I want y'all to tell me what you feel like their impact was, and is it timeless music? All Eyes on Me, Black Album, Life After Death. I'll start with you out of them 3.
Those 3?
Or you can say all 3, but they the 3 that I picked.
You want them categorized? Like what first?
No, it don't got to be it can just be how you feel about those 3 albums. Are they classics? Is it timeless?
Okay.
Like that type, yeah. It don't gotta be. What kind of impact did it have on hip hop? When you think about All Eyes on Me, the Black Album, Life After Death, Biggie, what kind of impact did it have? And is it timeless? Like, can you go right now, put on All Eyes on Me, this 1 and 2, Life After Death, this 1 and 2, and Black Album, Jay-Z?
Yeah, definitely. I like definitely like, and I'm not gonna lie, not the, because at one point, as far as Biggie was concerned, you know, everybody was debating Tupac
and Biggie.
You know,
right? Absolutely.
And immediately in my head, I was like, how could you call somebody greatest? He only dropped 2 albums and stuff like that. But it was just like, he did make a huge impact at the same time in a small amount.
Lyrically,
right.
It's scary. It's scary. Like, let's.
So you know, it's just what you know, you gotta give credit. It's kind of like, you know, those who might not like Kobe, it's like, but you gotta respect the game.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it's kind of like that effect.
Okay.
And with the All Eyes on Me thing, you talking about double seated. You know, he just went through all this drama.
Yeah.
I mean, he used a lot of like it was a lot of samples used and stuff.
Yeah.
But Pac still gave you everything.
Yes, he did.
The way he
especially
started
on that album. Oh yeah, where he started. Oh my God, and Bitch I'm a Rider. Woo!
But then he had the track.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. And then How Do You Want It? Right. AC and JoJo? What? Come on. Oh my.
No More Pain?
Oh my God. That's one of my favorite songs of all time by Tupac. No More Pain. Right. Produced by Devontae from the Jealousy. Listen.
So
he's turning up.
He's turning up. It's the hardcore. He put in R&B. R&B.
Yes,
he just
he did.
gave, and then he gave you things from the heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And that song Hearts of Men, produced by DJ Quick, that's another one of my favorite Tupac songs.
Wow.
But I'm gonna go to Lex Dime out of those 3 albums. What you think, guys?
Well, okay, so I'm gonna start with All Eyes on Me.
Okay.
I was 10 years old
Okay.
when that dropped. I think that was the first time I ever seen a double disc CD. Was
Right.
that everybody's
That's
first
mine.
time? That was my first time seeing a double disc CD, so I felt like already a classic. My man, you got 2
Right.
CDs?
Right.
And what?
Right.
So I remember having that in my, in my CD player, my Walkman, and banging it. And I had the regular version with all the curse words and everything. And I was able to listen to that because Pac, my dad felt as though Pac was just so revolutionary. It didn't even matter about the cuss words. It was what he was saying. It was the message. So yeah, to give R&B, to give hip hop, to just put so many different feels on the music, like that album can't be touched to me. Black Album, I'm a big Jay-Z fan. Whoever knows me knows that.
Right.
But Black Album was not one of my faves.
Okay.
So I feel like
Ain't had no impact like that.
Yeah.
Is it timeless?
I really only like 4 records off the Black
Really?
Album.
I'm shocked.
So serious.
I'm shocked.
And I'm a whole fan, but like
What about Life
that
After
wasn't
Death?
my fave. Life After Death, hands down, Biggie is gonna give you lyric after bar after punchline after everything. He gonna unload the clip when it come to verses and lyrics and dancing on the beat and stuff like that. So he can't be touched lyrically. That's classic. That's all time.
Yep, absolutely. Okay.
So timeless. So we had Beanie sample Tupac.
Right.
Until Jigga Return is all eyes on me.
Right.
Shut it down. Like, they gave the same feeling. Like,
Right.
I'm like, oh, like, how you feeling? I'm like, oh, he on the pop stuff.
Yeah.
And then you got Meek followed after him.
Right.
Like, it's
Shit.
they sampling them.
Right.
It's timeless. The next person gonna sample Meek.
Right.
The young boy that's out now, hot as he from down Nice Town.
Right.
His words,
Quad.
his message.
Quad, yeah.
He gonna sample. He gotta sample. I already know he too hot not to think about. We talking about our people and trying to pass the word. He gonna sample them.
Absolutely.
And if he not sampling Pac, he's sampling a little bit of Meek. Like you, and Pac is sampling. Meek is sampling Pac. So Pac,
it's a revolving door.
Pac. The other albums, I like them, but
she like, listen, it's not Pop.
Like
so she like, fuck. She like, I'm cool. Yo, so we gonna go into the acting of Tupac now. So I'm gonna play this clip. This is one of my favorite scenes of all time. Check it out.
Crazy, man. You know what? When you said that last time, I was kind of tripping, right? But now, you're right. I am crazy. But you know what else? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about Steel. And I don't give a fuck about Raheem either. I don't give a fuck about myself. I ain't shit. I ain't never gonna be shit. And you less of a man than me, so as soon as I decide that you ain't gonna be shit, pow, so be it. You remember that, motherfucker. Cause I'm the one y'all need to be worried about. Partner.
Listen, I think that is what took Tupac to worldwide stardom. That movie, period. Like once Juice came out, that was it. But it's like sometimes I'm like, it's so much of him. It was like, to me, it was easy for him to do that part because Bishop is so much into Tupac. So it's like, I can be Bishop just like that with no problem.
And it also, to me, it goes to court. Like, there's so many messages I got from that verse right there. Because number one, it puts you in, when you hear Pac and you see his interviews, you start to question, was that the actual script?
Right.
Or, cause that sounds just like Tupac. That don't sound like the script. That's
exactly like he would say regularly.
Right. But at the same time, like I've had discussions with people about, you know, all the violence in the world. So I feel it sounded to me he was also giving you a message.
Right.
That's why so much violence, because if a person doesn't love themselves inside,
right,
how can you expect them to care about your life?
Exactly. That's true. That's not.
I don't personally feel like he was talking from Tupac. I feel like he was speaking from a young black man in a single parent household with nothing.
Right.
That's where I felt like he was coming from.
Okay.
I felt like he channeled all that energy from a nigga in the hood in the projects and took that and wrapped that up and just blew that up in that.
But do you think it was easy for him to do that role? Because I just feel like he has that inner bishop in him.
Do you?
Yes.
That inner bishop was like real dirty and nasty, and I don't see Pac.
I think he has the trait. I'm not saying he just choking.
He's a good actor. He was an actor.
Right, but you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
but definitely he was
Bishop
having a
was-
message of the hate, the anger we had.
Right.
I don't give a F about you. I don't give a F about you, so I don't give a F about anything.
Right.
because he was grimy.
He was grimy.
He was.
So I don't feel like that. Like
No, I mean, what I'm saying to you is he can go there. I'm not saying he just every day grimy like I'm a fucking bishop, like fuck this shit. Like no, I'm not saying that. But he has that bishop in him. That's all I'm saying. I think we all can channel our grimy side.
I'm bishop a little bit sometimes.
that role scared me.
It did?
That role scared me. That was like a Freddy role. I was like, who that?
Yo.
Where Pac been?
That is so funny, yo. Lex Dime.
That role was scary.
So I want to talk about Tupac influences because I feel like Tupac Shakur is the most influential rapper of all time. Period. I don't care about Jay-Z, Nas, Drake, Nelly. Period. He is number one for me.
Drop a bomb for that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna drop a bomb to that because I'm gonna tell you why I think that and what trends he set. So let's talk about the bandana. The bandana is still being worn to this day. Young Jeezy did it, Ja Rule did it, Joe Santana did it, Jadakiss did it. So that's Tupac. Come on, y'all know that.
Right.
All right, let's talk about partner. Who say partner now? T.I. Who started that?
Right.
Motherfucking Tupac. Okay?
And what? He rocking the bandanas too a little bit too? T.I.?
Yeah, back in the day. Y'all when he first started. And let's talk about Carl Kanai because initially they was trying to say LL rock FUBU, but last time I checked, Carl Kanai came out before FUBU.
Okay.
So he was the first black rapper to wear an urban clothing line, period. Okay. Not fucking LL. Let's get that shit straight. Okay, so, and slang and tattoos. Oh, let's talk about tattoos. Like Tupac, come on now, from AI to Lil Wayne to fucking Game, anybody that's rocking them tattoos, Rick Ross, that's all Pac shit. Let's keep it 100.
Vintage.
Exactly. What you think about Tupac influences? You agree? And do you have any other rappers that you think Tupac influenced besides the ones I named? Oh, I forgot about 50 Cent too.
She said Lee.
Oh yeah.
Lee, Siegel. The new school rap, yo, I'm sorry, it be so hard, but like I said, I noticed that a lot of people sample a lot of Tupac.
Right.
I never even thought about that until you broke down just like the whole clothing thing. I didn't.
Right.
But I just feel like he influenced. I feel like they should have just took more from him. I don't know. I really do. I just feel like they should have took more from him.
You mean in like carry the tradition?
Where's Tupac up our this time right now? Right.
There is none.
Not nobody even cares to try to make no noise and do no type of movements or anything. Like people have a voice,
right?
And they don't.
And I think it would be easier now because of social media.
Absolutely.
But y'all don't feel like Meek is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. But I think he mid-level. I don't think he pop level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He like a little bit. And I think that this last prisoner stunt made him get to a little bit more up in the pop mode because now he's all about prison reform. He got a message, you know what I mean? So definitely.
He said if I have to be used to get this message across, he was with it. So yeah, I definitely think he's definitely making some noise when it comes to that.
Actually, you forgot one.
I did.
What's the name? Because he was like close to Pac. Well, not close to Pac, but he always tried to have Wait, remember Fredro from Onyx?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That's a good one. That is a good one. Oh, yeah, definitely.
He definitely was on that Pac style. Like,
yeah. Yeah, and Sticky Fingers a little bit too.
Yeah,
I can put Sticky Fingers in there as well.
Definitely.
So we all know in 1995, Tupac Shakur got shot at G.O.A.T Studios while recording with Lil Sean. But I want your opinion because there's so many mixed stories. Some people feel like it was Biggie and Puff's fault. He got set up. Some people said it was a random robbery. What are y'all thoughts on that? Do y'all really feel that Biggie and Puff set him up when he got shot at G.O.A.T Studios?
I don't feel like they set him up, but I felt his frustration and he was upset because this is my homie who was there. I look up and you're there. Like what happened, you couldn't have stopped it, you know, so I could understand why he had to fall back and he felt how he felt because they was tight. I got shot up and you're right there and like nothing. So I feel like they didn't move and maybe they did know the people who did it. And the street rules is, oh, I can't, that's my man too, I can't tell. So he felt some type of way, like I'm really supposed to be your man and like what's going on. But as far as the setup, I definitely don't think it was a setup, but I can understand why he was so damn mad. Like I could.
Yeah, I can see why he was
frustrated.
Upset and frustrated about the situation, but especially it being on the East Coast and in New York. Like, you know, they supposed to have it on lock, but I don't believe.
You don't think he set him up? Okay. What about you?
I don't know, I feel a little different. I feel that.
Okay, let me hear this, brother. Let me hear this.
I feel, alright, I put it like this. You have to put yourself in those shoes and stuff of Pac. Now, I feel y'all on the whole thing with his homies being there because y'all in the same venue and stuff like that. You expecting your homies is looking out for you. But I also feel like there was a part where Pac was like, yeah, I got people, my homies saying, yeah, you don't know who shot you? Well, he said while he was locked up, people was like, yeah, Biggie's homeboy shot you. So Pac heard from word of ear from somebody else. So that could have just threw it off. Plus, you know, the media blew that whole story up to a whole East Coast and West Coast thing. Pac told you himself, it wasn't no East Coast, West Coast thing. It was just something they had to talk about or whatever and handle, but it got blown up so big. But that was the media's fault on that end. You know what I mean? They could have squashed it, but the way media blew it up, it turned it into a whole disaster. And I feel the media. I
fought my contemporaries for that, y'all media motherfuckers. I fought y'all for that shit. Seriously, Bob Magazine, y'all was one of the main ones that was talking that East Coast, West Coast shit.
Yeah, and I feel like the media or the government used that as the perfect opportunity to put them two against each other and stuff. Because they felt they couldn't they couldn't touch him any other way, so it's like.
So how can we set it up? The setup.
We know this. We know that get broken.
Now, I want to talk about his rape charge. I felt like that was a setup too. I don't feel like it's Tupac. Why the fuck do he got rape somebody and get some pussy? Like I don't like what the fuck, yo? That's Pac. He can get anything he wants. So I don't think he was ever guilty there. I just felt like that was just a way to bring him down, and they've been trying to get at him since day one. Like I said, the CIA and the government been looking at Tupac since his birth because he come from a strong family, and they be under since day one. So that's how I feel about that. Do y'all feel like he was guilty of that rape?
I definitely don't, not just because I'm a big Tupac fan, but y'all don't know how many arguments I just recently got over the whole, you know, with the Bill Cosby, so that like you're saying Bill did it, but what about Tupac? Because they throwing shots at me because I'm a fan. Like, I didn't know Tupac personally, I didn't know Bill. However, we got all these women coming. This girl right here, Pac, like I don't get it. What he's been I just feel everything that he say about the women and how you treat the women and you turn around and you rape the women. Not that it can't happen, I'm not taking away from that. However, the type of person he was, I don't see it happening. For what?
Nothing in that situation leads to rape. So
let's that
goes back to what I was saying. It was like they was trying to find every little thing to bring him down.
And
what better opportunity than that situation that popped off when he got shot?
Exactly.
To say, okay, let's use this because they couldn't get him any other way.
That's the fact. So, one of the biggest questions that always come up in the barbershops and that always come up with me, I don't care if I'm texting, group texting with my homies from South Philly, people that I went to Lincoln with. And I used to have these debates in the hall rooms of Lincoln all the time. Who is the GOAT? And it's hard for me because I got a special place with Pac, but I also got a special place with Biggie and Jay. So the question is for y'all, and y'all can expound on all three of these artists. All three did great stuff in hip hop. Yes. Tupac, Biggie, and Jay. Yes. But who is the real GOAT in your opinion? I'll start with you, good brother. It's always Tupac. No, but why? Why do you think it's Pac? What about what Biggie did? And Jay,
like
Jay did a whole lot of shit after they passed away.
Right, but the way I look at Jay, not to knock Jay.
Okay.
But do you really think he would have got as far as he's gotten if Pac was still here?
Yeah. I don't think what I would say, I don't think he would be the billion-dollar man today. But I do think he would have did the same thing he did. He sold 5 million Hard Not Life 2, platinum, Beyonce, like all that shit would happen. But his brand is on a whole nother level. I don't think he would have did tight, like all that shit he's doing now. I think he would have been a little kiddie. But I still think he would have been successful because he's just that good.
Yeah, well, this
all just that good.
You have to give credit to Jay-Z. You can't. It's like the song. You can't knock his hustle.
No, he a businessman, like you said.
He knows how to get it. So I will give it, but it's just me personally. Like it's like I said, that one song.
So who's under Pac? If you got Pac number one, who under Pac? Jay. Or Big, and then Jay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just my category.
Lex Dime. She said.
Okay. For me, I'm gonna have to separate them. I can't go 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Cause they all so different.
Right.
I know you let the vibes drop for Pac, but they all so different. So you got Pac, movies, you know, activist,
right,
rapper. You know you have all, you know.
He multi-dimensional.
Right. Community driven.
Right.
Pac is just Pac. That's Malcolm X. Okay, let's put him over there.
Okay.
Then you got Biggie. Biggie with the lyrics, it was undeniable. So he pushed the envelope to talk.
He raised the bar.
He raised the bar and he pushed the envelope to talk the way he wanted to talk, with the certain things that he was saying that nobody else was saying.
Right.
And crafty.
Mm-hmm.
More crafty than anybody.
Yep.
At that time.
Oh yeah.
More crafty than anybody right now.
Yes.
So
I agree with that.
So Pac wasn't talking that talk.
Right,
you
like
know, he was on a different
tip.
He was on a different tip. So we can't. I feel like it can't be
what
put
about
together.
Jay?
So I don't like them to put that together.
What about Jay?
Jay on his own island. That's why I said it's 3 different islands.
Okay.
So Jay, I feel like gotta be on his own island by himself as well, because he gonna give you the classics. He gonna give you the dance music.
Mm-hmm.
He also gonna make sure that he put people in their place,
right,
and put people in their roles and teach them how to get money.
Okay.
And do all that swaggy stuff as well as educate.
Right.
So they all to me are like on their own island.
Mm.
You don't agree with that?
Mm-hmm. No, I just feel like it gotta be a goal. It gotta be a goal.
Like I kind of agree because
I agree. Now, what I would say, I do agree with some of it because they all three are very, very different.
Very different. Very different.
Definitely. But I don't think Biggie and Jay is that much different. I feel like when you listen to songs that they did together, you know what I'm saying, Brooklyn's Finest, and they just rapping, but I just feel like Biggie beat him on all his songs. Like I don't think Jay ever beat Biggie in a song, period.
Right, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So, but when it come to that talk, Biggie can talk it, and so can Jay. They can give you that money talk. They can give you, I got that shit talk. They can give you that swag talk. They can give you, I'm about to get that brick talk. You know what I'm saying? So they both on that tip, but Pac was special. Pac wasn't all about that. Pac was all about we oppressed, we still slave. What the fuck is up? What we gonna do about this shit? He wasn't on that type time. You feel me? He didn't care about that shit.
But he never gave you what they was giving you.
No.
So we can't. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I couldn't.
Well, you can still put Big and Jay in the same. You might can't put Pac in there, but Big and Jay in the same island.
But okay, all right. So maybe they islands is next to each other. But Jay came and did so much that he, you know,
yeah,
it's kind of separated a little bit because he came and he saw and he conquered.
True, but then you got right,
so
true. But true, but Biggie did it. Biggie did it so much by the age of 25 that some people are in their 40s and 50s and still ain't doing Biggie.
No, that's right. That's true.
So that's why I gotta give him the gold. That's just me. But I just feel like Tupac, and when I think of Michael Jackson and Whitney, that's how I think about Pac and Biggie. Like they're just both by themselves and they can't be touched.
Right.
Period.
Okay.
Your turn.
Y'all already know. I never even had the argument with the Tupac and Biggie because it just got too deep. Like you were saying, they're totally different. How I'm gonna argue about who's saying better stuff when Pac talking about one thing and Big talking about another thing. Right. Jay-Z too, I love to listen to him like, oh, talk that you know, I like to hear it. But for real, let's really talk about what we need to be talking about. Okay? So I just feel like Pac wouldn't, Jay-Z got it going on, no doubt.
Right.
But Pac thing would be to Jay-Z, you got all this money. Do we got private island and all that stuff? Like
yeah, you got all.
In real life.
Right.
Pac gonna say, we got these people that don't got nowhere. They don't got nothing. Let's just take these people, all
and
this
put them on
killing,
your island.
Put them on the island. You got a free island.
Yeah,
go get another one. You got enough money to do something else more than what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
But can I say this? I feel as though that Biggie would have been singing right now. Like, you know how he always...
Oh, you know what? And you know what? You know what? He probably would have because he did the song on Life at the Devil. What was the song? Play Your Haters. Where him and Puffy...
like the little...
he probably would have been doing like Drake and them.
Yeah, he would have been drinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Not Pac.
Not Pac.
Yeah, he would have definitely been drinking that. I would have liked to see that.
All right, so... When I want to talk about his death, and when he died, I was a freshman at Lincoln, and I ain't gonna front. I shed a tear, you know what I'm saying, because I felt like that was my brother from another. Like we're not blood related, but I can relate to Tupac on so many levels. And when he died, it just fucked me up to the core. And I still don't understand why his murder is unsolved. So I want y'all to shed your light where y'all was when he died and why y'all think his murder is still unsolved.
I was definitely in high school.
Okay.
Around 10th grade.
Okay.
Like and I remember because I had a homie that was always sitting back of me, and I used to play Pac all the time. He was like, "Yo, Pac corny," and I just be like, "Yeah, whatever."
Right. And then like,
I used to bang that joint, and then just like when he died, I was just like, "Yo, this is crazy." It's just like. You know, just when you really getting into it, and I'm not gonna lie, one of my other favorite albums, like before, you know, the double CD came out was, because I feel he gave everything was me against the world.
Oh my God, that is like, oh, that is it. That is the one, yo. That is the one.
Yeah, because it's like
that is the one. Oh my goodness.
Think about it till this day. The song he dedicated to his mom is just...
It's the best. Let me say that. I'm not trying to cut you off, but I want people to stop with the Jay-Z to his mom songs. Like, no. Dear Mama is undeniable. Is the best song dedicated to a mother from a rapper, period. Ain't nobody gonna top that shit. Just like ain't nobody gonna top Billie Jean. You know what I'm saying? I can go on and on, but you're not topping Dear Mama. You're just not. It's too vivid. It's too vivid. And the shit is true. Like when it's true and it's vivid, how the fuck you topping that? You ain't topping that.
Can't touch
then what's the name just got me hyped all crazy. Was that Death Around the Corner? The energy from that song, the beat, and then it's just like his energy. It's almost like you can feel.
And that is now one thing I want to say. To go back to the last question. That's the only thing that I must say, and I gotta bring this up, that Tupac had over Biggie and Jay. His energy on songs it's untouchable.
It's like he brought you to his world. Like
it was like you was in a studio and like, damn, hype as shit. Like I just wish I could have been in a studio when he recorded Hit 'Em Up. Because I just wanted to see his antics when he was saying fuck Biggie. Fuck, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, that shit would have been crazy. What you think? Where was you at when he died, and why do you think his murder's unsolved?
I was still a pup.
Okay.
You know, because I was still a pup at the time, so I don't.
But as you get older and you started hearing about it, did it ever was a moment where you were vulnerable and you felt sad about it when you did hear it?
I definitely, at the time when it happened, I remember being really sad about it. But with me, I feel like I started digging in the crates and doing my research.
Okay.
You know, like after I had already had the All Eyes on Me and Me Against the World, I had the albums and stuff, but I had to actually dig in the crates for Tupacalypse and
to really engage.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, it was definitely a sad time.
Why do you think it's murder on sound?
Because they did it. You know, like they can't solve nothing that they did. You know, it was all a line. So the Biggie Impact, so it was definitely a line.
Right.
I was sitting here trying to think of the video of the one with him, I Ain't Mad At You.
Oh yeah, when he had the all white on, Bokeem Woodbine.
And this was after, was after he passed, and they put that video out.
Right.
Like if you ain't cry or just be so sad watching that video, because it was already like he predicted everything that was going to happen.
And that's another thing he was good at.
He predicted
his own death.
Right, and then so when that came out, it was just like I ain't even mad at. Like I felt that in a different way.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I was. I think I was like 14.
Okay.
Everybody called me. Like my relative passed away because they know I love Pac. I'm like, what? Like he died? Like he really died? Because we know they shot him 5 times. Real people don't die, right?
Right.
So I'm like, he ain't dead. You know, like he can't be dead. Not Pac.
Right.
Like I was really, really hurt. And I feel like it's not solved because how many murders is not solved and we already know who did it?
Right.
They just sweep it under the rug.
It's perfectly aligned.
Yeah. Right.
Two of the biggest rappers ever.
Right.
And just nothing else. They just going and just sit.
That's it. Well, there you have it. I got one more question for y'all. Now, this question is going to be deep because this is for today. This is like if Tupac was here today, because this is the Happy Birthday Tupac episode, and I want to know from y'all, what do y'all think? Who would he invite to his party if he was alive on June 16, 2018? And I'm gonna start my list: Jada Pinkett Smith, Casey and JoJo, Warren G, DJ Quick, Snoop Dogg, Nipsey Hussle, YG, Kobe Bryant, Ice Cube, Madonna, The Game, T.I., and Young Jeezy. That's my list of people that I think Pac would invite because he fucks with these people. What y'all think? That's a deep question, but I just want y'all thoughts on, because don't nobody party like a West Coast party, right?
Right.
So who would he invite?
Definitely he wanted to lift out his homies that he started with, which is Digital Underground.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. But that's my list. You can add to it, you can finesse it, but that's my list. That I know he definitely inviting them people.
Yeah, definitely.
You think Jada?
Jada.
Well,
I mean, I know she married, but
no, not that, but like, yeah. I mean, right now. So you think? Okay, we don't know Jada and Will paid. Right. You think he'd be upset with them right now?
Nah.
No.
Because
to a certain extent, he
I thought from what we know, it was like a.
They was them.
Okay.
Right. I don't think he would think Jada would be how Jada. No doubt. No. What I'm saying is, y'all, we talking about money, how Pac felt like us. Let's help our people.
Oh,
Do you think? Maybe she would be different. I'm pretty sure things would probably be a little different. Especially if they had, some people that have the tools and can make moves. I think Pac would have made them help a little more. Right. But I think right now, this is how it was right now, and we know as much as like, Will, everybody like he from Philly. I can't tell. No disrespect, but damn, how many of our high schools closed? You got how much money Will got? We couldn't keep one open. I'm in these schools every day. It's crazy. I wish I had some money. I do stuff each year for Christmas and I ain't even got it to make somebody happy, and y'all rich.
Right.
I understand that. I can respect that. That's real talk. What you think, like?
That's, because you know how I feel about the community and my activist work that I do in the city as well. I'm in and out the school. So I always say, once I reach that tier, I'm going to challenge other entertainers and other people.
And we talked about that on episode 31.
And we spoke about that. But I feel like Jada would have been a lot different. I feel like he would have been on top a lot more to do a lot. Do a lot more than what.
And that might have caused Will and Tupac to bump heads, but it is what it is.
But
because I knew your wife before you married her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
but we don't know. We don't know.
We can say we know
speculate.
a little bit from. We have to because we have to know right here in Philly. We know Philly. You in and out of schools. I'm in and out of schools. We see how much the people are struggling. We see the shelters overflow with families. Not saying everybody needs a handout, but a lot of people fall on hard times.
Right.
That's true.
I know.
That's true. Rich.
Right.
If I can send a gift, like
and one person that has been helping is Kevin Hart.
Yes.
He's been putting computers in schools and all that.
Meek help.
Meek definitely.
But we need a lot more.
We do.
But
we do.
my whole thing is it don't even have to start from the top tier. Us sitting right here can do. If everybody do a little bit.
That's my mind. Definitely.
That's true.
Everybody when it comes to that.
That's
Absolutely.
true.
But I feel like we need a whole lot. It goes back to what the conversation we had before as far as having leaders. We don't have enough. Like we
That's
just
true.
and me, I ain't gonna put no names out there. At least not right now. But
Okay.
I'm just saying, like I've been heavily involved in community service since '99.
Okay.
Like I used to work with City Air, Red Jackets and stuff like that. But ever since then, I've still been heavily, involved in the community and stuff like that. And my thing is, even with the schools out here, the people at my daughter's school don't like to hear me talk because I know what's really going on.
Right.
The schools aren't really schools. The schools are businesses now.
Right.
Stuff like that.
That's true.
They pushing these kids
They're the
along.
new presidents. To me, they're the new presidents.
Yeah, they know these kids aren't, equipped educational wise, and they pushing them on because it's all about numbers now. So in order to keep, just like, I'll give you a prime example, the situation with King and Germantown. Germantown shut down. They're rival schools. You're going to take that school and put them in the same school? You look, the outcome.
It's crazy. Right.
And see, my thing is from that leads to violence, which also leads
It's
to
all systematic.
prisons.
Yeah.
And they see
because they don't know about, they don't care. See, and that's another thing how a lot of our black males get set up because there's no intervention. They're going to wait till you make the mistake and then they're going to put you down. But it can be changed. That's the same thing that Tupac talk about. If we're able to intervene and put it before it actually happens, but they want to give you the services after the shit done already happened, and it might be too late because it might lead to someone getting killed. It might lead to somebody armed robbery. You know what I'm saying? So it's all systematic, and it's the same thing that Tupac talked about throughout his music and throughout his whole career. But I really appreciate y'all coming on this podcast. This was dope. Like, this shit was really, really dope. I think this is probably going to be one of my best episodes I ever did. I appreciate you, Tyonna. I appreciate you, Lex Dime, and I appreciate you.
You did that with the questions, with everything. You was on point. You was very.
Oh yeah, it took me, and I just want to say this to people that think that being in media and doing podcasts and doing this shit is not easy. I stayed up for a couple of days working on this episode because I really love the culture and I really love what Tupac stands for. So for someone like him, I'm going to go that extra mile because I want it to be crisp and I want people to tune in. I want people to understand where we coming with it. So this is your boy DJ Bugsy, Do It For Hip Hop Podcast. Make sure you subscribe on Google Play, iTunes. This episode will be available on June 16th on his birthday. Happy birthday to Tupac.